still on that and that happened and invalidated the run, I'm not gonna be, I wouldn't be happy. A lot of people record video at the same time. I mean, dude, I'm totally, well, I am being a little bit wasteful. I'm streaming at 60 frames a second, which is stupid to do in this game. Because the only thing you're getting at 60 frames a second, I think, is my face cam. And the game's running at 30. Like remastered. Hey, at least you're getting to see me at 60 frames a second, okay? Come on. Come on. Like, what if I had to show something in what if I had to show a YouTube video in super high def? It's the problem, you can't just switch the frames a second. You have to stop the stream completely. Just take a moment and talk about how awesome OBS is. It's an open source piece of software. It's so awesome. I always thought that, like, some of these other platforms, what they should do is be completely free until, like, someone's average viewership goes above a specific count to where, like, they can actually afford to pay for it. Like, there's no way I'm gonna pay for a fucking streaming software, especially when there's a free competitor. Oh. What is it, like live? What is it called? What is the name of the free one? Like, I don't know, live stream or whatever. Like that software is really good, but like, why not give it away to people for free whose average viewership is below, you know, something, and then once it gets above it, then you can invoke your license. Right? Like, that makes sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it's like, dude, even our product right now, we know we have 4,000 users using the business tier product for free, and 600 of them are paying us. Like, it's just how it is. Like, we're trying to change that, but we're not going to be forceful jackasses about it. Like, there's like an easy way to nudge people, right? Like, and if they depend on your product, and there's, especially like if it's free and you've given them that much free product and are not trying to, like, you know, invoke legal action or anything like that, like, most people will pay if they really like your software, right? Like, if your software is good and they really like it, I've always paid for stuff that I like. But it does feel sort of shitty, like, when it's free and then suddenly it's not. So, like, we've never invoked that model, but basically we have an open core product, and so basically it's not supposed to be free, but people can illegally get it for free, right? And we don't like enforce that. So, like, that's a little bit different, right? Than saying your product's free and then changing it so that it's not free. Yeah, Hayes is such a hardware man. Tell me about error correction in hardware, dude, because that's the only reason why I honestly don't think that I have the brain for hardware, is because if it showed any non-determinism, I think my brain would melt. Which hardware is very non-deterministic, right? Sometimes we're a prophet. Hey, yeah, that's true. Yeah, software is very volatile. I think my best in terms of being a software engineer, I think my like the most mind expanding moment for me was the realization that the code itself is like worth nothing. Right, like code just in general is like has zero value. It's more or less like the intrinsic things that the code gives you, like maintainability and flexibility, and also like how not complicated is it? Like, are other people going to be able to use this? Dude, Taurus, quit running, dude. I truly wish. I think if Bandai Namco, like, they're not going to because of the remaster. Like, the remaster probably set this date back way back. But I wish they would open source Dark Souls. But they're definitely not, and they're definitely not going to open source. They'll probably never do it, to be 100% honest. But it would be really cool to see like some like old school games go open source. Games are different though. There's so much like there's too much value in the code, right? Like, it's stupid. But like, they don't realize the value that it can bring your game. Can you imagine what would happen? Like, what type of attention Dark Souls would get if the product was open sourced? Like, if the game was open source, you realize the level of mods and the shit people would be making for the game? It would be out of control amazing. And like, all of a sudden your game is getting insane publicity. I mean, Dark Souls isn't really needed, alright? Shut the fuck up, phone. Why do you ring so many goddamn times? Just fucking go to voicemail, Jesus Christ. I don't understand anything about electronics. Do you think that's going to be a good game? I think that it's gotten overhyped. I think Cyberpunk has gotten overhyped. I don't understand why are people so hyped for the game? Other than like Keanu, because Keanu is amazing, but what about Cyberpunk looked? Signal flow. Just make these bits louder, dude. Make the bits louder. Why can't you just make them louder? I can't hear the bits. Turn them up so I can be logical. You motherfucker. He wanted me bad, dude. What is Scarlet Nexus? Is that the shit where the dude carries around the girl carries around the voodoo doll? Yeah. No, yeah. Electronics are definitely counterintuitive. Oh my god, I didn't drop. I didn't drop my shield. Okay, go to bone. Go to drop. Ah! Waste 10 seconds trying to bone out. I don't know why that didn't work. Yeah. Beat your head again. I mean, software is the same way in some ways. Like, beat your head against the desk over and over until, like, you figure it out. Did I hit him? I really hope I hit him after finding that. Okay. Java's not bad. Java's actually one of the better languages. Yeah, Lua can suck it. Lua's just uninteresting to me. That's my beef with Lua. Like, it's not really the language itself. Like, the language is fundamentally okay and it's easy to understand, and that's good. It has its place. I just think it's boring. Like, that's my only beef with Lua. Exactly, Hayes. That's why I always pride myself on being a software engineer, because I don't give a shit if shit explodes. Because I just make some changes and hit run again. Java's all nouns. What do you mean? What's a verb? An action? A noun is a person, place, or thing. I remember that from 3rd grade. It's a doing word. Yeah, I mean, so Java is sort of the Java got kind of the academia treatment, right? Like, Java was like this forerunner in object oriented, like the first like more accessible object oriented language, and so it got the like heavy academia treatment, and unfortunately then academia like totally just bailed on Java. Right, they're like, oh, well, we're just not a fan of, like, we'd rather use Python. And now, like, everyone embraces Python, and it's just annoying. Python is also equally boring and slow, and you can't, like, I don't know. Like, when I think about, like, all the all the ML and, like, AI stuff being Python-based, I just get annoyed by it. Wait, is Java an outsourcing solution now? I mean, dude, to be honest, like if you're gonna program, like Java was never like the diamond of computer science. The JVM was like the JVM was the product, and if you're worried about expressing yourself, like really and truly, Kotlin is incredible for the JVM. Kotlin and Scala are both. I'm not. Scala is a little bit too neckbeard for me, but Kotlin is beautiful. Beautiful language. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I actually got the best of both worlds. I think I took a design patterns course in college that was in Java. And that was amazing because it's very easy to teach like design patterns, like OO design patterns in Java versus C++, where C++ like 90% of learning C++ is just getting through the syntax and the memory semantics. Oops. Lose some time here. I don't think I've dropped any more frames since that last disconnection, thank goodness. Yeah, I mean that makes sense because that's why like I say that like academia embraced Java and then kind of was like, man, well we like Python because it's AI is easier in it. Like Python just has so much nice like syntax sugar, right? Like you can just cut through all the bullshit, and that's why I think academics love it because you don't have to learn a lot to push a lot of data. But like grand scheme of things, like Python is kind of slow and annoying. The problem with Python, with me and Python, is that every time I have to learn Python, I immediately forget it. Like, because I just don't, it's not one of those languages I continually practice. Yeah, the syntax hurdle is meh. Like, that's all you need to learn, actually. Like, once you get kind of wrap your brains around like the basics, unless you're like going from Visual Basic to Erlang, you're not gonna have to like learn any new principles. I've been picking up Rust a little bit, and Rust is very go learn Erlang, dude. Grow yourself a neck beard, man. Grow yourself a neck beard and go learn some Erlang. It's just fundamentally different. Just a communication pattern is not what you'd expect. Okay, cool. Yeah, no one is. No one is. I've only known a few people who like went to Erlang as like their de facto like language of choice, and most of them were just complete fucking egotistical weirdos. But there, I knew one guy who did heavy Erlang who was like legitimately pretty good programmer, but he just started in Erlang and like that it just goes to show it's like the comfort thing, right? Like once you whatever you learn in is like what you're gonna go to. I don't like this at all, actually. Oh, this sucks. I wish I could have taken fall damage there. This is gonna be bad. I don't know if this matters at all. We'll see. Yeah. Go ahead and tack like 20 seconds off. Yeah. Good. That's what I needed him to do. 0 of 10 executioner. Alright, let's try that. Like, this is like the same split I had last time, dude. Like, plus 24 seconds. I think it was like 26.4 last time or some stupid shit. Oh my god, you guys. He deserves a Z. All right, let's bring this back. I think I can even it out at dusk. Not the time. Out of my way, you sorry fool. Oh, that was relatively puns. Oh, here we go. More failing this. Yep. Okay. So frustrating, man. I haven't been able to ladder move swap in so long. I've just missed it over and over. I don't think this is good health. I think this is too much health. It's okay though. We gonna figure it out. Imagine working a site visit. You know they're gonna have those cords all fucked up like you don't like them too. They're gonna have like a damn cord just hanging out in the middle of the room, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? And no one's gonna know what it is. It's gonna be a random ass cord. And you're gonna be like, this cord is your problem. My work here is done. And then you're gonna you're gonna leave. And if you were Hayes, you would just go in there and say, this cord has bits that have not been amplified correctly. What? Dude, I can't move swap today. Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. I could have YOLO'd. I didn't think I had a... I thought I was going to take one more hit, sadly. It's true, man. Like, turn these bits up, dude. That's all amplification is, right? 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 I actually don't know. I assume that it is. But that's a really naive... I think oddly, I think that not quitting out there